That was Spanish Caravan from the Doors' Waiting for the Sun album in 1968. A gold record, by the way.
Yes.
Where do you guys keep all your gold records anyway?
Well, I was thinking about forming them into a big crucifix, but I thought, that mankind shall not be crucified on a cross of gold, William Jennings Bryan's speech. History, remember history in high school?
Thank you, Ray and John.
But I don't know, at the moment I don't have room for them, frankly, so they're all in storage. How about yours, John?
Well, I have a few on the walls, but they keep coming in, so I'm getting so jaded that they are in closets and stuff, and I'm thinking, well, maybe I'll just do an entire room in gold.
There you go.
Golden room. I like it. I like it.
Out.
Ooh.
Well, don't you go away, because when we come back, we'll see if we can find out what really happened at that infamous Miami concert in March '69, where Jim Morrison was arrested.
Ooh.
Has seen or heard different versions of what actually happened at that infamous concert in Miami. What did Jim Morrison really do that became a legend of rock and roll?
Good question, Billy. I was off to the side. John was behind Jim. Now,
yeah, the judge did say to me, "You were behind him. How could you see anything?" And I said, "Well, it's not like he doesn't move or anything, Your Honor."
Theoretically, Jim Morrison exposed his member to the public in Miami.
He wasn't arrested in Miami.
No, what happened was we got out of Miami. The actual bust did not take place right on the stage, so we figured, the concert was a riot. The stage collapsed. People were, just rioting all over the place.
Wait a minute, are you...
I heard the audience begged him to do it.
Well, he said to the audience, he said, "What are you people here for?" You could feel a strange tension in the audience. It was one of those terrible, hot, muggy Miami nights, and the place was overpacked, held 10,000. They had 15,000 people in there. Everyone was edgy, and the people were looking, they had come to see Jim do something, and he said, "What do you want? What am I supposed to do? You're not here to listen to good music. You're not here to hear a rock and roll band play. You want to see something. What can I do? What can I show you? You want something greater than you've ever seen before, don't you?" And the audience go, yeah. You could hear him. And he said, "Well, how about this? What if I show you my..." And they all, yeah. And you could hear the people sort of screaming, "Yeah, Jim, pull out." People were saying, no, yeah. And so he said, "All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show it to you." And he took his shirt off and he held it in front of his trousers. He didn't have a shirt on, a T-shirt on. So he's naked to the waist. And he's holding it in front of him like a bullfighter's cape. And he's moving it back and forth. He puts his hand down. It looks like he's doing something. And he said, "Now watch this. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to show it to you." And then whoosh, he pulled his shirt away. And then he pulls it back in front of him. And he said, "Did you see it? Did you see it? Now watch. I'm going to show you again." Whoosh, and there goes his shirt off to the left, back in front of him. So I don't think he ever did it, man. I think what he was doing was just kind of fooling the audience and into thinking it was like a magic show. And 5 days later, we're on some islands in the Caribbean. He was in Jamaica. John and Robbie went to Jamaica. My wife and I were in Guadeloupe. And I get a phone call saying, "You better get back to Miami. We're busted." I said, "What do you mean we're busted? I'm in Guadeloupe. How am I busted? We got away. Nothing happened at the concert outside of all the chaos and madness. No police arrested us." They said, "Nonetheless, the warrants have been issued for the arrest of James Douglas Morrison for public profanity, open drunkenness, public exposure, and a count was called simulation of oral copulation." That was one of the, and whatever that meant, I have no idea.
It was a mass hallucination.
Exactly.
And the politicians figured they could use us as an example of a sort of a,
Right.
Wow.
See, at the time, it was a lot of
degenerate youth, so it didn't happen.
There
and
you
would
have it.
Seen it, exactly.
The truth behind the legend. We'll make some more classic calls coming up in a moment, but first, some music from the Doors and the Morrison Hotel album on Classic Call.